get political. You might think, oh, well, this is just exactly what we're talking about in today's politics. Okay, except for one small problem. He's talking to the church. He's talking to people within the church. In other words, the thing that we have to be careful of in the church is ourselves within the church. We have to make sure that we are not serving our own appetites, as Paul warns, but instead that we are serving the Lord Christ. We have to make sure that we are not placing our desires and superimposing our desires over those of what God has in the mission of the gospel. And that's a great warning for us, because I think a lot of times we look at it as they, and we forget that we are they at times. We are, and we all have our own agendas, whether we realize it or not. And most often, those agendas have to do with how we feel about something these days. If we don't like how it makes us feel, then a lot of times we have a desire to kind of change our agendas, change what it is that we do. And so we have to be very careful that we don't take our own desires and, like I said, supplant them over the gospel of Jesus. And then in verse 25, I love this. This is the closing of the entire book of Romans, but it has a lot of parallels with what we were just talking about. Now to him who is able to strengthen you according to my gospel and the preaching of Jesus Christ. Now when Paul says my gospel here, what he's really saying is the gospel of Jesus Christ. He's sharing his story, but his story ultimately points back to the one that it should point back to, the preaching of Jesus Christ, who, according to the revelation of the mystery that was kept secret for long ages. In other words, the Messiah was promised, but we didn't know who it was. The Messiah was coming. We didn't know who it was. The Messiah is getting closer. We still don't know who it is. The Messiah is going to look like we think he should. No, not necessarily. And boom, but has now been disclosed, and through the prophetic writings has been made known to all nations, according to the command of the eternal God, to bring about the obedience of faith. To the only wise God be glory forevermore through Jesus Christ. Amen. Oh, there's a lot here, but this is what it's talking about. See, the agenda is not about us. It is about the gospel. It is about the mystery, and the mystery is Jesus Christ revealed. That is the mystery. The mystery has been solved. The mystery has been, it wasn't the butler. It wasn't the ex-wife. It was Jesus. The Messiah has come. The mystery has been revealed, has been disclosed, and through the prophetic writings has been made known to all nations. Well, how does the nations know? Very simply, because we are supposed to proclaim this gospel. We are supposed to proclaim the gospel in our words, in our actions, and in our own hearts. This is the agenda of the gospel. So when we look out for people that are carrying out our own agendas, we need to be aware that we should be cleansing ourselves of it, saying, God, how can I get rid of my own agenda and make your agenda the most important part of my life? And that is what I want you to pray for about today. As you're reading this, I want you to pray, God, reveal to me where I have taken my own selfish desires and made them more important than yours. Reveal my agenda and help me get rid of my agenda so that I can be the one that says, to the wise God be glory forevermore through Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen and amen. That's our conversation for today. Tomorrow, we start a new book of the New Testament.